What's going on, everybody? It's Dan here, back with another Moonshine talking. Uh, Hope everyone's having a good day. Leading into the weekend. It's Saturday, so it's 420, dude, which is kind of appropriate for what I'm about to talk about. Uh, but yeah, I'm pretty much, I wasn't expecting this morning to wake up and get a notification from my phone that I got a delivery. I had one that was on the way that I thought was going to be here Tuesday. So I get one, and I get a lot of stuff delivered to my job. Not to get much in the gory details of my life, but I get stuff delivered to my job because I'm there so much that it's so much easier for me to get packages delivered there as opposed to my apartment, my place, my home. Uh, because sometimes stuff get left out there. Like for example, one time I got the first time I ordered something from Revic and Morton Red. The T-shirts I got from they arrived in my place. They were I didn't get a notification till like 11:30 at night, and I work nights, so it was like, oh, gosh damn. So I had to go rush home, make sure I got it, so no kids took it or anything like that. But fortunately, most of the people here are pretty cool, so it's not like it was in danger or jeopardy of getting stolen or destroyed or anything. But still, it's a pain in the ass. So long story short, I get stuff delivered to my job most of the time. Uh, So I woke up and got that, and I figured that okay, I'd show you guys to do an unboxing of sorts, and then I combine it with I was gonna do once all this stuff came in, I was gonna do like a April pickups thing. So I guess we'll do that now and just knock it out. It's kind of appropriate because with it being 420, some of the stuff I got, it's a little bit more appropriate. But hey, I'm super stoked. I like I said, I wasn't expecting to get that. I even drove down to my job because I live real close to it and had the hair down, which I usually don't do when I go into my job. Beard down, friggin' slides, and gosh damn, sporting this sweet hot rod shirt. Eddie, I wore this for you, brother, because I saw you. I was watching your collab with Barry from that Goat Metal show, and in the background, I could see all the stuff playing on your television. I saw Roddy Piper, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna wear that one next time. That seemed kind of appropriate to me. So for starters, let's go into the first thing. I also yesterday I got this one in. I got this from speaking of Revic and Morton Red. I got his in there. Touch the Skeleton in the Forest EP. He also sent me, and I enjoyed it. I like Cemetery Without Crosses a little more than Touch the Skeleton, but they're both pretty good. Touch the Skeleton's got kind of like this eerie, sinister keyboard happening in the background, which is kind of neat. It kind of plays into the whole vibe of the song. But the other one I like a little bit more. I tend to like my stuff a little more. Usually, I gravitate more towards mid tempo or slower stuff. Not to say I don't like fast, aggressive, brutal music. I do, but I tend to, if I can, even with the faster, heavier stuff, if I can pick up some sort of riff or like a groove to it, then I can really get into it. I can lock into stuff like that, if that makes any sense to anybody. And then he also sent me this. He sent me a poster, which I thought was really nice, and check that out. And on the back of it, I laughed because he he signed it. Thanks, Stan. Blood in the squared circle, Morton Red, which I kind of laughed because I was thinking about it. I was like, oh god, I never really was a big bleeder in the ring, and then I got thinking about it. The last thing I did, I was talking about some of my favorite opponents, and I think at least two out of five, I talked about my nose getting busted open and all that. So it just made me laugh, and I realized, yeah, I probably bled in the ring more than I realized, but it happens. It was part of the business. So that was that. Then let's start with the unboxing gimmick, as it were. First thing I got was from Ipecac Records, and it is the new Melvin's Tarantula Heart. I just happened to find out that this came out, so I ordered it quickly, got a pre-order. I'm even more surprised this came in today because I wasn't expecting that as quick as it was. So got that. I'm super stoked for that. That'll be a review that I do in the future. And then the other two I got here are from a company called MNRK Heavy. And I ordered this a while back, but the problem was that one of the things I got was a pre-order. So Everything else that I got that weren't pre-order items, I had to wait on those. And now the one finally got released, which if anybody watches my stuff, you probably have a general idea which one it is. But I'll show you the rest that I picked up too, and you can marvel or be disgusted or what have you along with me, or not with me because I'm going to enjoy all this. But yeah, so let's start off with first of all the new High on Fire CD, Come at the Storm. That's on is it on Relapse or yeah, MNRK? They're with them. That's their label, I guess. But I'm super excited too to get this one. I love High on Fire. I love Matt Pike. Big fan of Sleep growing up. Um, I just in my head I can't get out of the whole the J Dog with the slinging iron to sleep and all that. It just cracks me up. But yeah, I'm really excited to listen to that. That one's definitely going to be a review. They're one of my favorite bands. I only have a few of their things on physical copies, but I actually corrected that with this one because I got The Art of Self Defense and Electric Messiah, and now I got to get a couple more of their things. I got Damus, uh, De Vermis, Surrounded by Thieves. I had another one. I know I gave it to somebody and they stole it or they kept it and never returned it. But I had another one of their things and somebody just kept it, so it was kind of annoying. Another one I got was for the band Texas Hippie Coalition, who I did a thing a while back where I went to go see them. Excuse me, and they're a cool band, cool hard rock band, a little bit more radio friendly, a little more biker rock oriented, but they're cool. So I'm gonna enjoy listening to that. They're a good live act. I definitely, if you hear them coming to town, check them out. They're pretty good as far as that goes. Then I got Crowbar Zero and Below. That was their most recent release. I've been toiling with trying to get this. I've seen MNRK have this, but they had the big that friggin' long box thing, and I was toiling over whether or not to get it. So finally, once I saw High on Fire was coming out with something, I was like, okay, I'll just bundle the stuff together and get it all at once. And yeah, they sent me this. Oop, that almost just fell apart on me, but it's a cool little poster. I'm gonna presume it's supposed to be in there with the CD, but I'm not quite sure. But if it's not, that's awesome because I will hold that up. It's all autographed. I don't know if you could really pick that up or not. So that is super cool. I'm definitely that's something else that's going up on the wall. It's gonna go up next to the other frame shit that I have in here. And then finally, I got Ace Frehley's new album, 10,000 Volts. I just picked that up on a whim, and I'm gonna review that too because I don't own a lot of Ace Frehley's solo stuff, but I am interested in that, so I'm gonna check it out, and then I'll let all of you know what I thought of it. So that's stuff you can look forward to or decide to tap out on in the future if you want. And then as far as pickups go, as far as April pickups go, this was the final thing that I got from the evil global core, better known as Amazon. I got this Ashron, Rights of the Black Mass. I finally picked up a copy of that. I told Vincent, like, yeah, I've heard. I was listening to it one time on the way back from a doctor's visit, and then now it's gonna be cool to listen to it. Actually, have it on the CD player with the stereophones and all that sort of stuff. So I am looking forward to it. I haven't sat down and listened to it yet, just because it's been my schedule work's been kind of wild recently, and it's been wild, especially this week because I had to switch up my schedule a little bit because I am going to see Decapitated this Tuesday. They're playing with Cataclysm and Allegion. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. I probably butchered it. Excuse me. I'm not familiar with Cataclysm. I'm not familiar with the other band. Not going to try and butcher their name again. I listen to some of their stuff. It's like Tech Death, Cataclysm. I know their death. Just not familiar with any of their stuff, so I'm gonna go in blind, and I'll let everybody know what I think of it. I'll try and take a little bit of video, some pictures and whatnot, and uh, and I'll let everybody know what I thought of the show. I'm sure Decapitated's gonna be worth the price of admission. I'm sure the other bands are gonna kick acid as well, but that's what I'm doing coming up here. Big surprise, it's almost gym time. But I also got The Glorious Burden by Iced Earth. If you can see that. Yeah, there we go. That one. I'm honestly surprised the Sound Exchange that I go to buy some stuff locally that they even had that because when you go to their Iced Earth section, they've only had Dystopia for the longest time, which I still got to snatch up. And I don't think I'm in danger of snatching it up because everyone seems to go past it. But then on top of that, there everything else just has the band name in the little gimmick to the little gimmick marker for all the bands. And then with Ice Dirt, they got a picture of John Schaefer pointing his finger that picture of him at the Capitol, and it's just like, really? Okay, so that's where you guys stand. That's fine. That's your opinion. That's it is what it is. So I got that. I'm interested to hear that one. I got Cryptopsy, once was not. Again, I've said it multiple times. I'm not real familiar with Cryptopsy, but I'm slowly but surely starting to get into them a little bit more. So I saw that one there. I just snatched it up and picked it up and said, okay, I'll check that out. Witchcraft, another doom metal band. Uh, this one is I've heard this one a couple times, at least a few songs off it. It's good. It's good, typical like old school, almost proto doom kind of stuff. If you're into that sort of thing, like Lucifer and any Black Sabbath or anything like a Sir Lord Baltimore or anything like that. If you're into that sort of thing, this is the sort of stuff that's along the lines of Uncle Acid and the Dead Beats. If you like that sort of stuff, then this would be right up your alley. If you don't, then probably not. Uh, I got this. Speaking of Matt Pike and Sleep, I don't have this on CD. I haven't had it on CD. I finally just went and grabbed it from their Bandcamp page because I have a cassette of it that I'm burning out, and I figured it was time to probably upgrade the the technology because that's how I do things. I also got Machine Head Into the Locust. I like Machine Head. Actually, this was speaking of when I mentioned Eddie earlier, referenced him. That's why I was telling him that he does that Love 'em Hate 'em series of videos that he does. Uh, Machine Head's one that I'd probably cover because they're kind of a bit polarizing, both their music and Rob Flynn as a personality. I know he was doing the thing with Pantera, and he mentioned the thing where Phil got himself into trouble with the Zeke Kyle thing that he did and all the other horse shit talking about the wine, the white wine and all that sort of stuff. And that's where he got the other thing from. And then I know Rob Flynn had his 2 cents to share. So kind of a polarizing figure depending on what you think about things. And I think sometimes he's another one. It's, surprise, surprise, kind of controlling with his band, but it is his band. So that's kind of understandable. And then finally, I got Triumph and Agony by Warlock. Just happened to see that there. I like Warlock. I like anything that I've heard from them. So I picked that one up. I actually got one of my coworkers into them because I was playing it. We use the Pandora streaming service at our store, and I played that one. And she's like, "Wow, what is that?" Because she's a drum. She's in like a punk band. She just started, and they're all excited. She's a drummer, and she just got back into drumming, and she's starting to do that and show me videos and talking about how they're going to go do demos and go to the studio and all that. And I'm like, oh, slow down, slow down. Why don't you guys play for a little bit and rehearse for like, I don't know, like 6 months or something, and then get some stuff together where you're actually kind of competent and qualified before you start putting it on wax or what have you. But she's all excited and we're playing some of that and she's like, wow, what is that? Because as a female, she loves hearing other female stuff, other female projects. And so I was like, oh, that's Warlock. And I started explaining who Warlock was to her. And she's like, oh, I like that. So anyhow, enough babble about that. So yeah, this was actually a combo thing, a twofer, the old 1-2. So I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoy the content. Obviously, now I've got 3 reviews coming up. I also had another thing I was going to do. Excuse me, I'm all belchy from the C4. Uh, I had another thing I was going to do where I was going to do show some more of my favorite album covers, which was inspired by Anthony from Metal Miners and his contest that he had going on. And then other than that, probably do a little bit more wrestling related content. I got to find some time, put some more of my old matches up online, and eventually, once I stop being lazy, stop procrastinating, I am going to probably get Zoom, and I guess it's easy to use, but I'm good. I think I've said this before. I'm going to figure out how to use it, and then I'll start reaching out to people who have reached out to me in the past. Instead, if I want to do anything with them, then we could probably do something. And, go figure something like that out, and who knows, maybe you'll see me in the future doing collaborative videos with other people, and you'd be like, "Oh God, your taste is awful. You're talking to that guy." But yeah, so that's that. So once again, hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna enjoy it. I got plenty of stuff to listen to, keep me occupied while I'm sitting at home, uh, contemplating things and doing work and working out and all that other good stuff. But yes, that's that. So as always, stay safe, stay heavy, stay brutal. Always tuck your chin upon impact. Don't forget to breathe. I'm gonna go hit the weights real quick before I have to head into work. Have a happy 420, dude. Ugh. But yeah, that's a whole other thing. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will catch you on the next one. Later.